Amoti Isingoma Kakiza is one of the successful farmers who have embraced commercial agriculture. A resident of Kijungu village, Busolo sub-county, he ventured into commercial farming in 2007 after a discussion with his wife, Rose Rugazora, who urged him to make use of his father's 600 acres of land, which then lay idle in the lowlands of Kabarole district. He reluctantly accepted his wife's counsel, and little did it occur to him that he had embarked on a journey to establish one of the biggest model cassava farms in the country.
My humble sort of beginning with this garden has made me one of the happiest people, because when I started it, really, I didn't know it would expose me the way it has. It has become a reference point in terms of large-scale cassava garden in the region, and I get a lot of calls right from China. People think I have so much I can supply starch, and others ask me how to teach them how to go about growing cassava. So a humble sort of garden has become a big thing for me.
Amoti had never been as cautious in life as he was at that time, as he had tried out almost every crop at the farm with little returns. He also endured what he calls a bad experience with his former financier. The experience rendered him penniless, but was his motivation for what he has achieved today. He didn't know where to get money from at the time because his previous bank treated him unfairly, forcing him to sell all his property so as to pay off the loan. As if that was not bad enough, he was then duped by an unscrupulous character to plant maize and cabbage on a large scale on the understanding that the crop would be bought off by Sudanese as soon as it matures. This move turned out to be a sour gamble that never materialized. He says there was a lot of speculation and rumors about market availability of almost every commodity in southern Sudan. So after planting the cabbage, he waited for the buyer and couldn't find any. With all the previous predicaments, Amoti did not give up. Though, with a lot of hesitation, he approached Tropical Bank to finance his next venture, large-scale cassava farming. He managed to secure a loan of 200 million shillings and went ahead to establish what he called a good, close and genuine relationship with the bank. This relationship has today propelled him to owning one of the best cassava farms in the country. He did not have any collateral. The bank simply trusted his word and gave him the loan. However, experts on financial matters say collateral wouldn't be a prerequisite, as the land in itself is already solid collateral. With the land at his disposal, he sought advice from crop experts and researchers, among them Dr. Anton Bua, the head of the cassava program at the Namulonge-based institute in Mwakiso district. Armed with the MH97-2961 cassava variety, Amoti established 150 acres, but this has grown to over 300 acres today. The cassava variety was believed to be resistant to both cassava brown streak virus and the cassava mosaic disease, but it has since become susceptible to the diseases. As a commercial farmer, Amoti uses tractors to slash and later opening up new fields. Later, he employs services of the casual laborers to prepare the plowed garden ready for cassava cultivation as per the recommended spacing. His initial engagements with cassava cultivation were done with little knowledge, but today has completely changed his life, as he confesses. His farm has become a reference point in the country.
This garden has become so famous. We've got visitors from all the way from Nairobi. We have got all visitors from all over the country. NADS has been bringing different groups from different villages to show them that this thing can be done. And wherever, each and every day I get so many calls. People want to we share ideas. At times I get embarrassed because they think I'm an agriculturalist, but I'm a Juakali farmer.
In 2009, a group of Sudanese identified him as a source of good planting material and cassava tubers. When they approached him, they offered to buy his 150-acre garden at the cost of $2 million. He says it was a juicy deal because the price itself was so tempting and he was almost ready to sell off the garden, but only stopped by government officials. This was at the time when some parts of the country had been submerged by floods, so there was a countrywide need for planting materials. NAD's secretariat was later asked to sign a memorandum of understanding with him so as to supply the cuttings to the program's supported farmers in the countryside. In the memorandum, Amoti committed himself to supply 42,000 bags of cassava cuttings at a cost of 1.8 billion shillings. Value addition. As a commercial farmer, Amoti recently acquired several machinery from China that he uses to add value to his produce. Some of the machines wash and later slice the cassava into chips. The sliced cassava chips are later dried onto the raised chambers before they are ground into flour. He also recently sought advice from experts in animal production on how to produce animal feeds using the stems, floors, and leaves. Today, basing on the advice of Dr. Jole Kabirizi, he has started producing animal feeds at his farm from the leaves, stems, and tubers. The mixture is what he is feeding to his poultry and livestock animals. With the previous variety now susceptible to both the cassava mosaic and brown streak virus, he has not given up on cassava cultivation. He has instead embraced cultivation to another variety, Nasi 13. Because of his successes, his farm has become a reference point by stakeholders engaged in cassava production, and farmers all over the country and beyond frequent his home in Kabarole for study trips.